This is the Morning Shower.
Brought to you by Late Night Hump.
Let the news wash over you.
With Jordan Freed,
Brendan O'Brien,
and Reena Ezra.
These are your ShowerHead Lines.
Ryan Koenigs, a biologist who oversees the Wisconsin sturgeon spearing season in Lake Winnebago, is accused of accepting $20,000 worth of caviar in an illegal bartering scheme. The eggs, processed into tiny black pearls, prized by the gastronomic world for their burst-in-the-mouth flavor, briny profile, were said by state fishery employees to be needed for research. The research being on what it's like to be rich.
Gwyneth Paltrow reveals in a post on her Goop website she had COVID-19 early on in January and suffered long-lasting symptoms like long-tail fatigue and brain fog. I'm glad she's okay, but even the brain fog won't help her forget her role in Shallow Hal.
a man dressed as Scooby Doo was filmed running from the police after the car he was riding in was seized. The man was the passenger of the vehicle that was operated by his intoxicated friend who was pulling wheel spins in a residential street around 3:30 a.m. Sounds like these two are Scooby-Dooby screwed!
If you encounter a particularly rough patch of ice or snow while shoveling this winter, don't reach for a can of gasoline like a Midland Park man did this past Friday. Police and firefighters responded to the man's home on Patterson Avenue where he had set a small fire to try to melt the snow and ice. The man didn't know the practice was illegal, he just thought it was how you got a heated driveway.
Kourtney Kardashian has gone Instagram official with Travis Barker, the drummer for Blink-182, sealing the deal with a pic of the couple's intertwined hands. These longtime friends have moved things into a romantic phase, and this is another case of a fusion between two pop culture forces. Travis just has to be careful how he answers the question when Kourtney asks, "What's my age again?"
Residents of Colorado City, Texas have been anxious after a deadly Arctic blast knocked out power across the state, leaving them without heat or electricity in below freezing temperatures. When the citizens turned to a community Facebook group to find out what was being done to help those struggling during the situation, Colorado City's mayor, Tim Boyd, chimed in to deliver a less than comforting message. "No one owes you or your family anything. I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout." I guess that's what happens when you elect a mayor with an ice-cold heart.
Men are more skeptical than women about COVID-19, the advantage of wearing masks, and getting vaccinated. But an even greater divide exists between men who are trying to project masculinity and men who aren't as concerned about appearing macho, according to a new poll released Tuesday. And of course, these beliefs then put those men at greater risk of contracting the virus, the poll says. Men's attempts to demonstrate what they believe to be masculine behavior may be holding back the country's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, said Dan Casino, a professor at Fairleigh Dickinson University, who studies masculinity and is the director of the FDU poll. Many men think that being tough is part of being masculine. That means not wearing a mask or getting a vaccine. It means they figure they'll be tough enough to survive COVID anyway. But trust me, if you're afraid of Bill Gates and a little needle, you're not really that macho either.
Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos overtakes Tesla CEO Elon Musk to reclaim the spot as the world's richest person. Tune in next week on ESPN 8 The Ocho to watch Elon Musk take back the title for the second time. I don't know who's going to win, but they both need to pay more taxes.
According to reports, cities are so heavy that they've begun to sink into the earth. Damn, and I thought I put on some weight during the pandemic.
Dr. Bernard Lown, a Massachusetts cardiologist who invented the first reliable heart defibrillator and later co-founded an anti-nuclear war group that was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize, died Tuesday at the age of 99. The Boston Globe reported that the Lithuania-born doctor's health had been declining from congestive heart failure. He was a great cardiologist, but apparently not good enough.
Director and perfectionist David Fincher did a 2.5-hour interview with Marc Maron on the WTF podcast. Fincher wouldn't let them release the interview because he feels it could be better and he could do more. I guess he needed 100,000 more takes. I imagine he's always tormented himself like this since he was a child, needing everything to be absolutely right. I feel bad for his teachers when he was a little kid in school. Okay, David, you need a hand in your pop quiz now. Your time is up. No, it's not perfect. I'm not ready. This could be better. I can do more. I need more pencils. Give me more paper. I need more space. Everyone, stay back.
Novak Djokovic, the #1 men's tennis star, lost his cool again yesterday during the Australian Open, slamming his racket against the court en route to a quarterfinal win. Djokovic became enraged and scarred the court after losing a point to Alexander Zverev in the third set. There's no crying in baseball, but there is slamming your fucking racket into the fucking ground when you don't get the fucking point. Fuck this game, alright? Whose fucking serve is it? In tennis.
For more than 100 years, Tampa has held a celebration of pirate lore known as Gasparilla. Avast, mateys! It's not to be this time. Ye mystic crew of Gasparilla represented Tampa's old guard when it began the event in 1904 and is still at the helm today. This year's event was postponed and then canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. The group now says the next one won't be held until January 2022. It was truly in the spirit of the event to have this year's festival stolen.
Another shift is about to hit the world of improv theaters and training centers. Second City, the legendary Chicago venue that launched the careers of people like Tina Fey and Steve Carell, is in talks to be purchased for $50 million by ZMC, a private equity group. ZMC is run by Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Take-Two, the video game company behind Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto. Really, ZMC? You think improv is a game just because we make shit up? You think you can turn this theater into a performance arts arcade? You think you can train improvisers to take the role of a ruthless criminal working their way up the ladder of organized crime, accepting missions from a voice that's supposed to be the criminal boss, breaking the law by driving cars into pedestrians and shooting guns at the popo? Well, guess what? We already do that in improv, and we don't use finger guns.
After committing one of the biggest blunders in banking history, Citibank won't be allowed to recover the almost $500 million it accidentally wired to Revlon's lenders, a U.S. District Court judge ruled. Citibank, which was acting as Revlon's loan agent, meant to send about $8 million in interest payments to the cosmetic company's lenders. Instead, Citibank accidentally wired almost 100 times that amount, including $175 million to a hedge fund. In all, Citi accidentally sent $900 million to Revlon's lenders. Some lenders did return the money, but others did not. Makes me think that the banks should be a little more careful with their finances. If they really need $500 million, I'm sure they could take out a personal loan or something.
Thank you for showering with us.
Lather, rinse, repeat every day before noon.
Scrub-a-dub-dub at latenighthump.com.